in full flow, and it has been nothing short of superb so far. We've been on a whirlwind tour of London landmarks, and both fighters and fans have been in fine form. Smiles and selfies, but now it's business time, and we are almost there. Just one sleep to go. Today we arrive at the iconic Trafalgar Square ahead of an almighty night of boxing coming your way on Saturday night, as Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua lock horns in front of a record crowd at Wembley Stadium in what will be the biggest all-British heavyweight fight in history. Just look at that. Nelson's column has been looking over London for the last 180 years. 50 metres high. It is quite the setting on such a beautiful evening for a really special weigh-in ahead of a special night of action coming away from Wembley Stadium tomorrow evening. We cannot wait. Johnny Nelson, Matt Macklin are alongside me. It's been a really, really good fight week so far, Johnny. How much have you enjoyed yourself?
What an atmosphere, what a vibe. Came out of Charing Cross tube station, walked out, I'm like, wow, how can you ever even just rock up in this area and think this is normal? So can you imagine the fighters when they get here, how they're gonna feel? It's just, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
It is going to be quite the occasion this afternoon. I mean, the crowds have gathered here in central London, but the occasion tomorrow night is going to be something else. We're expecting 96,000 fans to be in Wembley Stadium. That is a record crowd, Matt. Something that AJ is used to. He's used to the big nights. It's 7 years and 5 months since that epic night when he fought Klitschko. I mean, he has that in his blood. He knows what it's like. Danny Dubois, he has been there. He's been at the big occasions, but not quite the same level. Could that be the difference, do you think?
It could be. I mean, this is another level. Even the weigh-in here at Trafalgar Square all week, everything's just been sort of epic.
Gone up and up and up, isn't it?
Completely. So, you know, at least he's had the week to prepare him for it as best you can. Obviously, there's nothing like actually doing it. But, you know, he's coming off the back of 2 really good wins. I think his confidence is at an all-time high. He's 27 years old now. He's more mature. You know, Joshua's 34, but he's coming off 2 good wins as well. So I think it's, you know, the stage is set, and I think that both of them will serve us up something really special.
It is a fight that's got so much intrigue and has got everyone talking. We would love you at home to get involved as well. It's very simple. You can see the QR code on your screen. All you need to do, scan it and have your say. We have a poll as well. This is how it is looking at the moment. Very interesting indeed. Overwhelming favourite, Anthony Joshua, to win by knockout. What does that tell us, really, Johnny? I mean, is that a true reflection, do you think, of this fight?
You know what, Mike? People that have boxed, people that have done it all their life, it's very easy to get washed away in the wave of it could be this, it could be that, conspiracy theories. In reality, you've got to look at fact. Fact is this: Daniel Dubois is where Anthony Joshua has been. Daniel Dubois has to go through all the things that Anthony Joshua has done. There's no more questions to be asked of Anthony Joshua because he's done that. He's worn the t-shirt. He's been up. He's been down. He's been criticised. He's been praised. So there's no tomorrow. I'll be better tomorrow. Or I've got to get better. He's a former 2-time heavyweight world champion. He should get the job done. But heavyweight boxing, one punch changes everything.
Well, it is an event you all want to be part of, and here's how you can get involved at home.
Season card, Wembley.
Coverage from Wembley Stadium gets underway from 4 p.m. on Saturday, live on Sky Sports Box Office. The fight is available to Sky residential customers in the UK and Ireland, and also non-Sky customers via the Sky Sports Box Office app. Virgin Media and EETV customers, please contact your operator. Go to skysports.com/box office for more information. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss this weigh-in either. The undercard weigh-in is just about to get started, so let's hand you over to the 2 Andys to talk us through this one. It is, of course, Andy Clark and Andy Scott. Hello, guys.
Many thanks, Anna, Matt and Johnny. We're just off to the left of your position, and between us and the stage is a sea of people, fighters, the periphery figures that we see at all of these big fights, numerous heavyweights and camera phones everywhere. This is a truly unique setting, as you can see there, for the World Heavyweight title. Before that, We have got a plethora of undercard fighting talent that are going to step on the scales. Thomas Treiber is just bringing in the first of those. Andy Clark, have you ever seen anything quite like this?
It's absolutely fantastic. I am buzzing. I've been buzzing for this all week, but as you get nearer the fight, your excitement levels rise, and they usually peak at the weigh-in, but particularly in a setting like this, it's amazing. I mean, look at it. Beautiful evening, London, central London, nothing better. We've been blessed with the weather, so let's keep everything crossed that this time tomorrow we'll already be underway and we won't be needing those umbrellas. It's been a beautiful late summer's evening here in the capital. This first fight will be the one that takes us on air tomorrow. Mark Chamberlain against Josh Padley.
Our first two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round super lightweight contest. First, let's welcome from Doncaster, Yorkshire, England, undefeated with 14 wins, 4 wins, coming by way of knockout. He is the current UBO and Central Area champion, Josh Padley.
Well, penny for the thoughts of Josh Padley from Armthorpe in Yorkshire. I mean, he will never, ever in his wildest dreams, I would think, have imagined that he'd be weighing in Trafalgar Square, let alone fighting in Wembley Stadium just 24 hours later. He's got a great record on paper. He's
and
won
now
14,
let's welcome
4 of those
Portsmouth,
inside the distance.
Hampshire, England, undefeated with 16 wins. 12 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBC silver and IBF European champion, Mark Chamberlain.
And if you've watched any of the Riyadh season cards so far, you'll be well acquainted with Portsmouth's Mark Chamberlain. 16 wins, 12 of those inside the distance. He is regarded now as a big puncher who brings entertainment, and he is Turki Al Al-Sheikh, His Excellency's favourite fighter on paper, although I think that list is ever growing. Andy, I'll welcome you just to pause to hear the weight for Josh Padley, but
139.6 for Josh Padley.
So this has been set at super lightweight, so 140 pounds. These two are both usually lightweights, but they've agreed to fight at the higher weight for this one. $139.4 for the undefeated Mark Chamberlain.
So nothing in it on the scales, just 2 ounces lighter than Padley is Chamberlain, 139 and 4 ounces, so 9 stone 13. It's a good match on paper. Let's have a look at this head-to-head here, Andy. And of course, as predicted, there was plenty at the press conference. Perhaps that was always going to happen.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Chamberlain's been in quite irascible mood actually all week, which when I've been around him previously, he's not been. Padley said that he was going to be Chamberlain's stiffest test. Chamberlain didn't like that at all, and he looks ready to go here, Mark Chamberlain, already. He really does.
In May, he took out Joshua Wahab, and he looked ferocious. Padley, I think it is fair to say, he should be Mark Chamberlain's toughest test on paper. He was a good amateur as well, reached quarterfinals of the Elite Championships back in 2017. Again, the occasion's going to be a big thing. Can he deal with the occasion? Mark Chamberlain has boxed on these big cards already.
And we won't really know until tomorrow night. He's handled it so far pretty well, Josh, I would say. But tomorrow in that stadium, with all of those people, that's a different story. I hope he can.
We are hoping to hear from both fighters. I can see some of our colleagues are on the stage at the moment.
Josh, the biggest night of your career lies ahead tomorrow night. Emotions are clearly running high. How are you feeling?
Absolutely buzzing. Amazing to be here. Look at this crowd. You know, I'm not used to this, but I'm taking it all in and enjoying every moment.
There was a bit of back and forth yesterday at the press conference. You said you just haven't been given the chance to showcase how good you can be. Tomorrow night is that chance. Do you feel like Mark is overlooking you?
No, I think he's prepared well for me, but everybody else is probably overlooking me. I'm relatively unknown to everybody else, so I've got everything to gain and nothing to lose from this experience, and that's what I'm coming to do.
How do you shock the division and get the win over Mark Chamberlain tomorrow night?
Beating him easily. That's what I plan to do. That's what I've come here to do.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Mark Chamberlain. Mark, pretty intense stuff up there. What were you saying back and forth?
Just making sure that he's ready and trained hard, because he's got a bit of explaining to do tomorrow night, and I can't wait to get in there and do what we normally do.
I heard that when you were first offered Paddy, you said you'd never heard of him before. Are you up to speed on what he brings to the table tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. We don't take any opponent lightly. Obviously, he's unbeaten, but he's in a proper fight tomorrow night, and yeah, we'll see.
And lastly, you have been a staple of these Riyadh season cards. I'm wondering how much your confidence has grown, because it seems like you level up each and every time you're a part of one of these.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, the confidence is high. Needs to be, because obviously, if you're not going to back yourself to win a fight, then why are you doing it? Do you know what I mean? So I'm just taking it all in as each show goes on and enjoying the ride.
Love it. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
London, make some noise for Mark Chamberlain.
That was Ali Drew and Ariel Helwani conducting those interviews. Just while we wait for Thomas Triber, Andy, that's got a bit of spark, hasn't it?
It has done all week, and it kind of came from nowhere for me, to be honest, because I didn't really expect anything to get generated around that particularly. But credit to Padley for saying that he feels that he can really do something in this fight. It's a massive opportunity for him, but Chamberlain looks to me like somebody who has real possibilities as he approaches that world stage, because he's a natural puncher. He doesn't seem to put a lot into his punches, but he punches really hard.
Competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round middleweight contest. First, we will welcome from Leeds, Yorkshire, England, undefeated with 13 wins, 6 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis.
Well, at 6 days' notice, Ishmael the Black Panther Davis answers the call. He said, I didn't even have to think about it. It was a straight yes. Liam Smith, we send him our sympathies. He's recovering from a virus picked up late in camp. So Davis steps in at 6 days' notice, hoping to cause a shot.
A 2016 Olympian with now a professional record consisting of 15 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, 8 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former British and Commonwealth champion and the current WBO international champion, Josh Pretty Boy Kelly.
PBK, Josh Kelly, he's got to get his own thoughts back together, because he spent best part of 11 weeks preparing for Liam Smith. So at 6 days' notice, him and Adam Booth have got to get the brains together and work out a new game plan. He was in training, Ishmael, so let's listen to this weight.
159.3 for Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis.
159.3.
Looks good.
Now to the scale,
a super welterweight normally. So with the luxury of a few more pounds for this at middleweight.
159.1 for Josh Pretty Boy Kelly.
And Josh Kelly up at middleweight as well, so he's had a few pounds to play with, because of course he's graduated up through the weights as well.
He has, and they both look absolutely tremendous. Davis has taken this a short notice, so he'll have been glad of not having to come down to 115 more pounds, but they both look in top condition. What really interests me about this is the fact that Kelly's gone from being probably a slight underdog against Liam Smith to being a heavy favourite against Ishmael Davis. Previously in his career, it was the weight of expectation that already got to him, wasn't it? He's different now. but that for me puts a nice spin on this. Because Davis is seasoned, isn't he? He's had that fight with Williamson, a really good one against McKenzie. He's ready to go.
They have a mutual opponent, don't they, in Troy Williamson, and poor Troy was catching a few strays at the press conference yesterday, and I saw Troy on social media having his say on that. Let's hear from both fighters. They're up on stage with Ali Drew and Ariel Helwani.
Ishmael, what a week it has been for you. 5 days ago you accepted this fight. Just how ready do you feel for tomorrow night?
I'm always ready. I'm more than ready. Let's get it on. Enough has been said. It's time to show skills in it, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, a lot was said yesterday. You were very vocal about how you feel that Josh has spoke down about you. He's overlooking you. Does that give you an extra bit of fire to get the win and do it in style?
Yeah, man, because a lot of people don't know what I'm capable of, and you're always the underdog in the situation that I'm in, but I'm ready to come out on top.
You have predicted you're going to knock him out. Do you stand by that? Is that how this finishes tomorrow night?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's going to make it to the 12th.
Well, best of luck, Ishmael Davis.
Thank you. Bye.
Josh, thank you for the time. A week ago, you were scheduled to fight Liam Smith tomorrow night. Are you over that now? Because I know initially you were kind of fired up that he had to withdraw. Have you now moved on from that bit of news?
Yeah, I moved on. As soon as I got the news on Friday, I moved on. Got Ishmael as a name, said yes straight away, so it's time to go now.
He has insinuated that you are looking past him. Is that accurate?
No. He can do his head in about it as much as he wants. I just hope he sleeps well tonight because we've got a big fight tomorrow.
Is it possible that he presents more problems than Liam did when you were game planning?
Well, Liam's world class at what he does. If he wants to bring the same sort of thing, I don't think it's... I personally don't think he's got it in his bag to bring what Liam brings, but I'm prepared for the best version of whoever on the night. It's my time now. I'm in my prime. I was only a baby a few years ago, but now I'm an actual man, so representing the Sunderland, the great city of Sunderland, so I can't wait. Come on!
Yeah, what a great scene this is for you, and what a great scene tomorrow night as well. The thought of fighting at Wembley Stadium on a card like this, what does that mean for you?
Oh, I'm going to light it up. When the cameras come on, the lights are on, that's when I come alive. That's when I come alive, sir.
Can't wait, and the boys up there were marveling at your physique. Both of you guys appear to be in tremendous shape. Can't wait for it. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, boss. Come on, the boys.
Make some noise for Josh Kelly, everyone.
There is this tremendous dynamic in that fight. So much is expected of Josh Kelly. Perhaps harshly, because the levels are so high, he hasn't quite delivered on that. The flip side of that is very little is expected of Ishmael Davis, even though he's got his own high standards, but perhaps the dynamic is interesting with where the pressure sits.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, because Ishmael Davis will say he's got nothing to lose, but you don't get this kind of chance every day. You may never get this kind of chance again. For Kelly, you feel like if he could really turn it on tomorrow, on this stage, that he could start to fly. No one's ever questioned the boxing ability.
Two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the IBO Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome the challenger from Leeds, Yorkshire, England. His professional record, 31 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, with 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, ladies and gentlemen, here is the former 2-time world champion, Josh the Leeds Warrior Warrington.
Two brilliant fan bases have just kicked into action in front of us for Anthony Cacace and Josh Warrington, two very popular fighters because they have got very fan-friendly styles.
The defending world champion from Belfast, Northern Ireland. His professional record, 22 wins, just 1 defeat, with 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, he is the current IBF world champion, and tomorrow the reigning and defending IBO Super Featherweight champion of the world, Anthony the Andy Town Apache Cacace.
So the world champion Anthony Cacace, who will not be defending his IBF title. Now, we could waste a lot of oxygen trying to explain to you at home why that isn't the case.
The challenger, Josh
quite honestly,
Warrington.
maybe it doesn't really matter in terms of how entertaining this fight should be.
129.5 for Josh, the Leeds Warrior, Warrington.
It is disappointing that he doesn't get the chance to become a three-time champion.
Now
He
to
has
the
to put
scale,
that
the
behind him.
defending world champion,
Absolutely.
Anthony
He's used to the big
Cacace.
occasion. He knows how much a win can do for him here. $129.8 for the defending world champion, Anthony, the Andy Town Apache, Cacace.
So just 3 ounces in it, and you would think on the night there might not actually be a lot between these two. Josh Warrington said they called me because they want blood, guts and entertainment. Well, actually, if you substitute the names, that could be Cacace as well.
It absolutely could. It's such an interesting fight, this. People have been a bit quick, I think, to write Josh Warrington off, but I think he's got another big one left in him. He's full of experience. He's still full of hunger. You can tell that talking to him this week. But so is Cacace. A year ago, he would never have imagined that this could have happened. A year ago, he was selling pizzas, basically, delivering pizzas just to try and make some money because a once promising career was just festooned in tumbleweed, basically. But he got the chance, he took it. And it's good that they're having a bit of a chat because it's been quite cordial all week. And we never want it to be too friendly, do we?
No, I mean, they're not quite nose to nose, and I don't think there's any danger of this boiling over, but make no mistake, and that's actually quite nice to see, isn't it? But make no mistake, once that first bell rings, expect chaos and carnage.
That was absolutely brilliant. That's just two lads who are just absolutely burning to get out there, who appreciate where they are, who know where they are, who know what an opportunity they've got, and they're just busting to put it all on the line.
And I don't want anybody to think that I'm throwing any shade at all on the IBO. So there is still an IBO title on the line.
Josh,
Here's Josh
a lot of
Warrington.
words were exchanged there. What was being said?
I just spoke about how nice his beard is, and he's got a lovely hairdo, and he should take his hat off. But no, listen, just let him know that I here to make the numbers up. You know, I'm not just to be a challenger. I'm here to win, and I've trained my absolute nuts off for the last 12 weeks. I'm experienced, and everyone's spoke about, you know, I can be outboxed and be out for. But listen, I've boxed many people who've said this over the years. You know. We were talking about how big he is as well. Size won't come into it. I'm ready to go.
You've been one day out from a fight on weigh-in day many times before. This time at a bigger weight. How much better do you feel right now than previous fights?
It's shaping me. I'm absolutely fantastic. And, you know, this is something I probably should have done a few years ago. But like, I've seen from my training, and I struggled to make weight, but I've also kept everything, kept my strength, kept my speed, kept my power. So listen, I'll be good for, very, very good for 12, and this is going to be Josh Warrington rolling back the years and the new.
Now tomorrow, over 10,000 Leeds Warrior fans are making their way down here. There's some already here now. Final word has to be to them.
As always, thank you. I just say thank you to the support from day one to where we are now, from Leeds, Manchester, or down in London. The support's always been fantastic, and I'll make sure I give all those travelling fans exactly what they've come down for, and that's the win.
Best of luck. Josh Warrington.
All right, Anthony, we got his side of the story there. What a roller coaster that face-off was. What did you say to him?
Nothing at all. Just telling him exactly what I intend on doing tomorrow night, and he knows anyway. We're both fighters, and we're going to war tomorrow night, 100%.
So what is that? What do you intend to do tomorrow night?
I can do what I want. I told Josh this before. I can box him. I can fight him. You know, all I expect from Josh is to come forward, and that's it. So I'm ready for that. I'm ready for whatever he's bringing.
He says he's going to turn back the clock. Does he still have that in him? Considering the last few fights, do you think he still has that fight in him?
Absolutely, absolutely. He seems the type of guy, you know, he's a Leeds Warrior. He's got it written all over him. So, I mean, of course, he's a fighter, and fighters don't know when to give up, but this Saturday, hopefully, I can put an end to it.
And quite the saga this week with the IBF. Are you upset that title isn't on the line?
Of course I am. I've worked my whole life to get into that position and to defend that, but it's out of my hands. It is what it is. It's a massive fight regardless of the title. So, you know, Josh is a massive name in Britain, and I'm here to do the job.
Can't wait for it. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Show some love to Anthony Cacace, everyone.
The fans still flooding in to Trafalgar Square. Stay with us. After the break, we've got more undercard weigh-ins to bring you as we build up to that monster world heavyweight title fight. Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois coming up shortly.
Light heavyweight.
Welcome back to Trafalgar Square. The weigh-in is in full flow, and from one Nelson to another Nelson.
You're making me blush. Stop it.
Let's move swiftly on, shall we? As I said, the weigh-in is in full flow. We are moving on to Buatsi or Willie Hutchinson next. This is a really, really fascinating fight. The fight we build up between these two. Willie Hutchinson has done his very best to get under Buatsi's skin, has he?
Willie Hutchinson is a kid that can cause trouble in an empty room. I know I'm used to training at our gym. The amount of fights that had to be broken up, sparring that turned into fights because they're an absolute wind-up merchant. But the kid can box. He's a very talented fighter, and his problem was boxing loved him more than he loved boxing.
Well, as you can see, they are making their way to the stage to make their way in now, so let's hand you back to the Andes.
Just one defeat with 13 of his 18 wins.
This seems to be the fight that has got everybody talking outside the main event because of the antics and reactions of both fighters around the face-off, what happened after that. It was a fiery press conference, Andy. But in truth, the fundamentals of this fight are really, really intriguing. Two very watchable styles, and truthfully, I don't think we really know what will happen when the first bell rings.
No, I don't. And the main reason is because we never really thought this would happen. These are not two fighters you would have put together until very recently, until Hutchinson beat Craig Richards. So Buatsi would not have imagined that this would happen. Hutchinson just wasn't in the mix.
174 pounds and 7 ounces. 174.7 for Joshua Buatsi.
174 pounds and
Now
7
to the scale,
ounces
Willie
for the Croydon
Hutchinson.
man.
For Willie the Hutch Train Hutchinson.
And a lot of support for Willie Hutchinson. What have you made of his approach and perhaps trying to rattle Joshua Buatsi's cage? I mean, support and security are needed on this stage. There is no doubt about that. They were needed at the face-off, weren't they?
They were. His demeanour, his manner hasn't surprised me. I first met him in 2017. He was fresh from winning a World Youth Gold Medal. And he just told me all about how he was going to be the best fighter the world had ever seen or ever will see. And he believed it. And he still believes it now. He's entertaining. He's good company. But if you're Joshua Buatsi, you don't want to take him too seriously. And outside of that first meeting, I don't think he has. The first meeting, I'm not sure he quite knew what to make of him. And then realised that investing too much emotional energy in trying to figure out Willie Hutchinson is not really a profitable use of your time.
Intense face-off like we saw yesterday. We weren't expecting anything less. What was said?
Listen, he's not too big now, is he? One more day, one more sleep, and we're going to get it on. I'm going to knock this fella out. Come on, London! Yes!
You had a fantastic win last time out when you were the huge underdog. You are seen as the underdog again. Do you think this is going to be the toughest test of your career?
To be honest with you, couldn't really care. I'm just ready to rock and roll, get in that ring and show everyone what the Hutch train is all about. Yeah!
This is the last time you are going to see him before you come face to face in the ring tomorrow. Any final words?
Nah, man, listen, have some good food, get a good sleep, let's get it on, baby!
Best of luck, Willie Hutchinson.
Well, Joshua, I was looking at you when Willie said he's going to knock you out. You started laughing. When he says these things, what goes through your mind?
He can say all he wants, man. Listen, tomorrow night we get on. Let me hear the boos. Louder, louder, louder. Keep booing. I'll see you all tomorrow, man.
A nice response here from the London crowd. 2 fights ago, he was fighting at York Hall. You fought in some big venues before. Wembley Stadium, do you think that will get to him tomorrow night?
I couldn't care less about him, man. I'm there tomorrow night.
All right, so let me ask you this. Has he gotten under your skin?
What do you think?
I don't know. You tell me.
It doesn't matter. I'll see him tomorrow night.
Prediction?
I win, by all means. They all know it. Let me hear more moves. There we go. I'll see you all tomorrow night.
Ben, let me ask you. He's fired up. Willie's fired up. This is a massive moment for him. Do you think that Willie is on the level of Joshua Buatsi?
No, and I think Josh will prove that tomorrow night. I think it's the best fight on the undercard, but Josh Buatsi is here to make a big, big, big statement.
Can't wait for it. Good luck to you, gents.
It's been quite cold from Joshua Buatsi all week, hasn't it? And Willie has played his part in just trying to rattle that cage a little bit. What have you made of the demeanour of both fighters?
I don't think Buatsi has bit too much, to be honest. I think he did at that initial face-off, but he's always the same, isn't he? We've done him since the start of his career. We've followed him all the way through, and he's always been the same. He is ice cold when it comes to boxing. It doesn't matter who you are in his way, and he is going to deal with you. And that's exactly how he's approaching this.
Word is reaching us that Anthony Joshua has just arrived backstage. So it looks, famous last words of a fool, that things are running to time. So those of you that are hanging on for the main event, you haven't got long to wait now. As we keep weighing in this quality undercard, I got scolded earlier in the week on this Riyadh season card saying you can't call it an undercard because they could all be main event fighters. So there you go. They all could be main event fighters, I said it. But of course, this bumper crowd, there's still people spilling in now. The majority are here for the heavyweights. And 96,000, Andy, you're going to be calling it, looking up. Will you dare to look up above that second tier?
100%, 100%. That's what this is all about, isn't it? That's what we do this for, to be involved in these big nights. You never take it for granted. And we've all got to have a look around tomorrow, make sure we soak it up. I was there at Wembley working for radio for Fury White, 94,000. This is even bigger.
Competing tomorrow in a 12-round contest. It will be for the EBU European, WBC Silver, and Commonwealth Middleweight Championships. We will first welcome from Ilford, Essex, England, undefeated with 20 wins, 16 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBC Silver and Commonwealth Middleweight Champion, Hamza Sheeraz.
Well, that was the big build-up for Hamza Sheeraz, and during this weigh-in today, I've seen Riyadh Season Hamza Sheeraz T-shirts launched into the crowd. There's now Hamza Sheeraz golden gloves being launched into the crowd as well.
Midlands, England. His professional record consists of 19 wins, 2 defeats, 3 draws, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending EBU European Middleweight Champion, Tyler Denny.
And if you're looking past Tyler Denny, more fool you. In a number of ways, he's been looked past his whole career, but he walks onto the scales today as the European champion and deserves
First to the
that
scale, we
respect.
welcome Hamza Sheeraz.
Here comes Sheeraz, who even at this weight, Andy, looks enormous.
He does. God knows how he used to make super welterweight.
159.6 for Hamza Sheeraz.
So 11.5, so 159 and 6 ounces for the challenger in this
Now
regard,
to the
Hamza
scale,
Sheeraz.
Tyler Denny.
And here comes the champion.
159.9 for Tyler Denny.
So just 3 ounces heavier for Tyler Denny, 159 and 9 ounces. So both fighters within that limit. And this is going to be interesting, Andy, because there is a huge
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
height and reach difference
these
between
two
the two. But
tomorrow in a
if you're sleeping on Tyler Denny, and I don't for 1 second suggest that Hamza Sheeraz is, that could be a huge error.
It would be. It would be an unforgivable error on this kind of a stage. I don't think he will be for 1 second. But what we do know with Denny is that he's got a difficult style. He's that southpaw. He looks like he's kind of built out of granite, Denny. He'll try and get inside that reach and just weld himself to you at the hip and the shoulder. Bone on bone, grind on you, just make it unpleasant. He doesn't throw his head around willfully, but it can happen, a little bit like with Josh Warrington. You've got that kind of smaller stature, you bob, you weave, you slip your way in, your head comes up. If something like that were to happen, you know, there's all sorts of things that can happen in a boxing ring, and Hamza Sheeraz will not be taking this for granted at all.
More Hamza Sheeraz swag is actually flying into the crowd. He's positively launching it into the fans there, who've got to keep their own gloves up. Hamza coming off arguably a career best win himself over Amo Williams.
Tyler, you have done weigh-in days before, but none quite like this.
No, it's mad, but you know, everything with Riyadh Season's beyond whatever you can expect, so I'm buzzing with it, man, and roll on tomorrow.
Yeah, only 1 day out. How ready are you to upset the odds tomorrow night?
I'm more than ready. I'm going to upset the odds, but I believe in myself, my team believe in myself, and I'm going to do a job on him tomorrow.
What do you have to do to get the win over Hamza Sheeraz tomorrow night?
Just do what I've been doing my whole career. Pull it on him, bash him up. Job's a good one, man.
Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Hamza, you know, your family's trials and tribulations have been well documented. I'm wondering, 24 hours before your Wembley Stadium debut, have you had a chance with your family to reflect on how far you guys have come?
First of all, just like to say alhamdulillah for being here. Not really, to be fair, not really. You know, it all happened so fast ever since it got announced. But I'm sure Sunday, over a nice roast dinner, we'll be catching up.
And, I'm also wondering if you have put extra pressure on your shoulders going into this fight, because I've heard you say this is make or break for me. Why have you done that? Why have you said that? Why is that the mentality?
Do you know what? There's no pressure. There's no pressure. I believe I'm here for a reason. I believe Allah has put me here for a reason. And I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Listen, I work too hard. I've been saying it all week. I work too hard just to let an opportunity like this slip. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
You have also said that he is not quite there on your level just yet. Do you feel for yourself that this is the fight that gets you into that upper echelon of the division?
I believe the last fight did. And here we are. I've got to maintain my position, do what I do, and then eventually capture world titles.
Looking forward to it. Good luck to you.
Very much. Thank you.
Hamza Sheeraz, everyone.
Stay with us after the break. The world heavyweight title fight. It's Joshua against Dubois.
Welcome back. So the undercard weigh-in is done. It is all about the main event. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois just about to step on the scales. They're both here on time, Johnny. Anthony Joshua's been a little bit late all week. What are you expecting today? Any argy-bargy at all, do you think? 'Cause it has been pretty respectful, isn't it?
I don't think either of these will give it any argy-bargy. They just want to get on and fight. Anthony Joshua's the guy that he'll respond to disrespect. Daniel Dubois is the one that wants to make an impression. I remember when 7 years ago, he boxed Klitschko. Is this Daniel Dubois' Klitschko moment? 27 years old. Is that time for him?
Right, well, you know it is the big one, don't you? When they bring out Michael Butler, Hall of Fame MC, to another MC now, and another commentator, Andy Scott, is going to talk us through this one.
Airlines, Red Sea Global, Diriyah, and Middle East. And ladies and gentlemen, special thanks for making this all possible to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now from Trafalgar Square, London, England, this is the official weigh-in for challenger and champion for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. The promoters are on stage and they are ready. The officials are ready. And the fighters are about to come out and they are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions around the world who wish they could be here tonight, from Trafalgar Square, London, England, let's get ready to rumble! Coming to the stage first, from London, England, has a professional 23 fights, 21 victories, 20 wins by knockout for a 95% KO to victory ratio. He's a two-time world champion and now the reigning and defending IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
We are nearing the day of destiny for Triple D, Daniel Dubois. He comes first, Andy, but he is the champion.
Also from London,
100% he is.
An Olympic gold medalist. He's a challenger tonight and brings a professional record of 31 fights, 28 victories, 25 of those 28 by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, the two-time heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua.
Well, he is still the man in the arena. He is still the big game player, albeit tomorrow at least he walks to the ring as challenger. A perennial stadium attraction, Andy.
It's amazing to think, isn't it, that this will be the third time he's sold out Wembley Stadium.
Scales for this official weigh-in, the reigning and defending champion, two-time heavyweight world champion. The fighting pride of London, England, as is his opponent. Once again, 23 fights, 21 victories, 20 of the 21 victories by knockout on the scales. Daniel Dynamite Dubois. 248 pounds, 6 ounces for the defending world champion, Daniel Dubois.
So a career heaviest, 248 pounds for the champion,
tonight,
Daniel Dubois.
Two-time world champion, an Olympic gold medalist, 28 victories, 25 KOs. 252 pounds, 5 ounces for the two-time world champion and challenger, AJ Anthony Joshua.
So almost the exact same weight that he was when he fought Francis Ngannou, 252 and 5 ounces. Andy, your immediate reflections?
Well, Joshua's been very consistent with his weights. His last 3 fights, he's basically weighed 18 stone, just a fraction under at times. So the fact that he's hit 18, pretty much on the nose again, is what we expected. Dubois has come up by 3 pounds, from 245, from 17 stone 7 to 17 stone 10, and he's gradually been going up in weight his last 4 fights, 16 stone 9, then 17 stone 1, then 17 stone 7, and now 17 stone 10. So that in itself is quite interesting. We know that he can crack, and he's just putting a little bit more meat on the bone.
Well, this is it. The eyes don't lie.
Tomorrow night, Wembley Stadium.
This is our main event, Andy. This is what 96,000 people have packed Wembley Stadium for.
Heavyweight championship of the world.
Almost zero interaction between the two.
I'm not too surprised by that, to be honest, because I think during the course of the week they maybe flirted with each other a bit towards the start of the week, but it's time for action now. They're not really that bothered about it. They just want to get away from it, to be honest, get back, get their heads down and zone in completely and utterly on tomorrow. They both look like they're in a good place.
Okay, we're going to hear from both.
Daniel, an intense face-off there. How much do you read into that this close to the fight?
Nothing at all. I'm ready to fight. It's just now it's time to get in the ring and fight now. Let's go.
You've come in 3 pounds heavier than your last fight. Is that a deliberate tactic?
Just we've been working hard, man. All I can say is I'm ready to fight.
We have seen a change in your demeanour yesterday and today compared to the beginning of the week. Is fight mode activated for you right now?
Yeah, a lot's gone into this, a lot of work, a lot of training, and I'm just ready to go now. You know, talking's done.
Let's get a final prediction ahead of tomorrow night in front of a record-breaking 96,000 crowd at Wembley, plus millions watching at home. How does this fight go down tomorrow night?
A win by any means necessary.
Frank, let's bring you in. One day out from the big night. How are you feeling about it? How excited are you feeling?
I'm very excited. It's a massive, massive, massive fight. And we're going to see absolute fireworks tomorrow. And it's going to quieten all these voices, that's for sure.
You feel like now is the time for Daniel Dubois to cement his legacy in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, he's a young man. He's just turned 27, was it a couple of weeks ago? He's coming off a magnificent couple of wins, really showing what he's all about. He's confident. Look how confident he is. I've never seen him like this. He's calm, cool and collected. And tomorrow night, you're going to see something special.
What are we going to see tomorrow night? The whole event. We've seen this now. We've seen all the events this fight week. What can we look forward to tomorrow night? How good is it going to be?
Bombs away. That's what it's going to be. These two guys are going to throw bombs at each other, and you're going to see something extra, extra special. I promise you, this is going to be something magnificent.
Thanks, Frank.
AJ, what a moment in time this is for you. Listen to this crowd. Rather than asking you a question, can you address them? They want to hear from you.
Yeah, what's happening, people? That's the energy. I just want to say a massive thank you throughout all my journey, my ups, my downs. You guys out here sticking with me through thick and thin. And if I could ask you one favour, go home tonight and make a prayer for me. For success tomorrow, that I will become 3-time heavyweight champion of the world.
AJ, when you hear them chanting your name like that, what does that do for you 24 hours before this massive fight?
Well, I look at myself as a gladiator, and I'm about to step into an arena tomorrow to perform for the people who love to see blood, guts and glory. So I'm pumped and I'm ready to perform for the people.
What a journey. If my math is correct, you made your Wembley Stadium debut in May of 2014. Could you have ever imagined all of this? This type of scene, Trafalgar Square, 96,000, you're the top bill, you're the man they're all here for.
They're here for everyone on the undercard as well, not just me. So we've got to give credit to all the undercard fighters as well for coming through and so on and so forth. But I love it. I thrive in it. And these guys, they put a lot of pressure on me, right? But that makes me step my game up every single time. I'm coming up nearly 12 years as a professional, been fighting strong, pushing hard, working hard. I started late in boxing, but it shows you that you can do anything with hard work, God on your side, a good team, you can achieve anything.
You're nowhere near the end, but no one fights forever. Are you allowing yourself to smell the roses, to enjoy these moments and not take them for granted?
I'm not a warrior in the garden yet. I'm still on the battlefield, so I'm not smelling any roses yet. Just blood, fresh blood.
And Eddie, a word with you, if I may. There is no one who brings a smile to your face like this man. We know what he means to you and what you have meant to him. May of 2014, I remember that interview, you standing by him after he wins his Wembley Stadium debut. The journey has been incredible. Here you are 24 hours before another big step in his career. What are the emotions that you are feeling?
We were just kids then. Now, it feels like bread and butter, but there's a big job to do tomorrow. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and I want to thank everyone for continuously supporting Anthony Joshua. As always, tomorrow night he'll give it his all, and as he said, God willing, he will become 3-time world heavyweight champion.
Thank you so much, Eddie. Good luck to you and Anthony Joshua. One more time, London. Show some love to the great Anthony Joshua.
Well, not long to find out, is it, until if Anthony Joshua will be a 3-time world champion. The weigh-in is done and they have faced off for the final time ahead of a monumental night coming your way from Wembley Stadium tomorrow night. A career heaviest for Daniel Dubois. Plenty to discuss and plenty to react to with Johnny Nelson coming up after this break. Welcome back to Trafalgar Square on this beautiful Friday evening here in London. The weigh-in is done, the fights are all on, and we can't wait. Johnny Nelson, plenty to discuss from that weigh-in we've just seen between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. In terms of weight, 17.10 for Daniel Dubois and 18 stone for Anthony Joshua, career heaviest for Daniel Dubois.
For Daniel Dubois, you see his intentions right there. This is a match for power, pressure. That's not a man that's coming in to have a little dance around. He wants to put the fight on Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's been consistent when just a tip over 18 stone. I think he has done that for his last 4 fights. So he's found his optimum weight where he feels most comfortable. He's had the most success. So now that is over, now that the hard bit's over, is where the fun begins for us all.
What happens early doors, do you think, in this fight?
What happens between now and then?
No, in the fight, early doors, in the early rounds.
In the fight, I think Daniel Dubois goes to put it on Anthony Joshua, push him back, get him on the back foot, but he's got to stay up close. I really do believe that, and Anthony Joshua, I think he's expecting that, because what else has Daniel Dubois got? He's got a stiff jab. Apparently, I heard today that he knocked a sparring partner out 2 weeks ago with a jab, and that wasn't told to me, so I told you. I just hope I heard the conversation and talked about it in the gym.
You were like this, weren't you?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, we expect Daniel Dubois to be as strong as an ox, but he's put the weight on because he wants to be able to push Anthony Joshua back.
It is fascinating, isn't it? In terms of mentality as well. Like we've said all week, both fighters, they've been, let's say, relaxed, enjoying it, but laser focused as well. And in terms of Anthony Joshua, there seems to be that fire really back in his belly. Have you seen that too?
There's no bad blood between these guys, but they've got to be professional to say, I don't want to be your mate, I don't want to hurt you, I just want to knock you out, which sounds mad. Anthony Joshua's bit of spite has come back because he knows how things can turn from being so good and everybody's tapping on your back to being so bad. So now I don't think he really cares what we all say, and I like that bit of spite back. That was say Anthony Joshua in 2015 when he got in with Dylan White, which was the last British fighter he boxed, and what a fight it was. But Daniel Dubois, this is you hear the music? It's his Rocky moment. That's what Daniel Dubois.
It is, isn't it? It's kind of a massive career moment. But it is for both, because losing for AJ, well, that's just unthinkable, surely. Yeah.
It will be devastating.
How damaging will it be?
Joshua, realistically devastating, because he's like this young pup come through at 27 years old. That's at the stage where he was at 27 years old, and given the opportunity to take away that chance of becoming a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. That would be devastating. I think a loss would affect Anthony Joshua more than it will do Daniel Dubois.
In terms, because Daniel Dubois is younger, he's got the time as well, isn't he?
He has got the time, and you know what? As they say, he's 27 years old. He can afford to make mistakes. AJ's done them, so why can't Daniel?
So in terms of pressure, who's it on more, do you think?
The pressure is on Anthony Joshua, but he needs that kind of pressure. He needs it. He needs to be desperate. He can't walk into this fight thinking it's a walk in the park and find a little.
Look what happened really with Ruiz.
Exactly. Find little chubby Ruiz, and therefore he made the fatal mistake to his career. He won't ever do that again, because that is an experience that has made him wise.
Yep, you don't want to miss it, and here's how you can watch what is going to be a spectacular night tomorrow night. Coverage from Wembley Stadium gets underway from 4 p.m. on Saturday, live on Sky Sports Box Office. The fight is available to Sky residential customers in the UK and Ireland, and also non-Sky customers via the Sky Sports Box Office app. Virgin Media and EETV customers, please contact your operator. Go to skysports.com/box office for more information. Yep, it's going to be an absolutely fabulous night, and hopefully, Johnny, the rain stays off. We've been blessed tonight, but I'm not sure tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to get my hair done, so hopefully it warms up. But you know what? We've been lucky so far, and no matter what, I do believe this is going to be an iconic moment in London. It has been so far. I don't think the weather's going to dampen it out. I really don't. You know what? And when it did with Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno, did it make a difference? No. It was still an historical, exciting fight.
And a very exciting fight week as well. Like I said, we have been on a whistle-stop tour of iconic venues, haven't we, around London. There's also been a little bit of the rumour mill as well going around in terms of Don Charles, because he's not been around. But that is due to a heavy cold. But they tried to stir the pot with that one, haven't they?
Yeah, you know, but this is what happens when it comes to fight week. Conspiracy theories. What if he said this? He blinked that way. His left foot moved right. That must mean X, Y, Z. Do not get suckered in with all the conspiracy theories. It's business. The decision you made when this fight was originally announced, I'm saying to people, stick to it. Stick to it, because you know, most of the time you're right, so stick to your gut feeling.
We're expecting ring walks at around 9:45 tomorrow as well, and of course that very special performance from Liam Gallagher, which very much looking forward to.
Well, he's going to be in for a surprise as well. The boxing fans are the best.
And they're going to sing their hearts out as well. It's almost time for us to say goodbye, but Johnny, you know what's coming. Before we go, prediction time.
I've not changed my mind at all. I think this is going to be an early fight, an early night. I'd be surprised if it goes past 6 rounds. I do believe both fighters will get hit and hurt, but I do believe Anthony Joshua will get rid of Daniel Dubois in good, cold fashion.
Oh,
And I had a dream.
It's going to be good, that is for sure. Johnny, thank you very much for your company. It's been an absolutely beautiful evening. Thank you as well for watching. Make sure you join us. Tomorrow we shall be on air from 4 o'clock. It is a stacked undercard for you to enjoy. Sky Sports Box Office is where you can catch us. We'll see you then.
You've got to live in a world that is full of chances and opportunities.
I'm a Londoner and I'm boxing in the London 2012 Olympics.
This is history, isn't it?
Stamps.
My face is on some stamps.
That's the mindset we have to have, is be optimistic.
You believe you can go all the way, don't you?
I'm not saying anything just yet.
Life is so short. We've got one chance at this beautiful experience. And if you don't want to spend it dwelling on negatives in the past, I'm thinking of the future and how positive it can be.
Let's tell you about a great fight to look forward to. British heavyweight contest.
Anthony Joshua takes on IBF champion Daniel
Dubois called himself the Kingslayer.
Live on Sky Sports Box Office.
Storm is coming.
You obviously respect Anthony Joshua, but do you fear him as a team?
No, thou shalt not fear. Thou shalt not fear him.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you think you are?
I'm just ready to fight.
Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Daniel, don't disrespect me, can't put
Hey, no. Right, can we call that a cut?
This is like that. Good.
That time of night when the anticipation is building, when the adrenaline is flowing.
Let's get this party started!
Put your seatbelts on, this one could go anywhere.
Oh! Unbelievable!
Oh my God, he walked straight up to that one! Oh, what a right hand! That was utterly extraordinary!
Bring me the best, bring me the strongest. You're going to see how strong I am.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.